back in the blind again. We've been seeing lots of deer, just not the target buck, and we'll keep plugging away at it until he makes a mistake, so.
Sometimes things don't go as planned. Stands can start to wear down, and tough decisions need to be made.
Cutting our evening short tonight by the deer behavior. They keep coming towards us, and then all of a sudden they fan off the other direction. We're gonna get out of here, and hopefully that will help us.
There's merit to waiting, for everything to be perfect, and there's reward to be had for the lucky.
Last time we got to sit in this blind, it was 10 long days ago. We've been keeping an eye on the camera. He's now in Harthorn, and hopefully we have good luck tonight.
And after years of watching, waiting, passing, sometimes it takes just a dash of luck to finally have the encounter of a lifetime. So many of us dream of being here, behind a giant whitetail, but getting there is a journey. They say getting there is half the fun, and that couldn't be more true when following and appreciating these incredible deer. We work all year long, scouting, preparing, always learning, largely through trial and error, and sharing what has been learnt with a new generation. And when fall comes, the stage is set, we've done the work, and there's a plan in place. We get to head out knowing that most days will fail, but you go back again and again, knowing that at some point, maybe, just maybe, you'll be able to bring that dream to life. That if you put the time in, and with a bit of luck, you'll get to share a moment in the deer woods with a legend.
Taylor, that is a giant buck. It was well worth it just to watch him step out. Gorgeous deer. That would be the shortest hunt.
That was quick, eh?
He's down right there, buddy.
I'm still shaking.
He is awesome.
We aren't even ready for that. Holy buckets.
Wow, it's an amazing deer.
Wow, I can't believe it. I think you got a booked deer, girl.
You just never know what's going to step out. Beautiful deer.
StealthCam presents Canadian Whitetail, brought to you by Ozonics, undetectable, undeniable. New archery products, hunt with confidence. Monster Meal, attraction, nutrition, results. Muddy, serious gear for serious hunters. Excalibur Crossbow, different for a reason. Black Eagle Arrows, superior carbon technology. Hunter's Specialties, serious hunting tools. Dart and Archery, for hunters that demand performance. Cold Steel Knives, anytime, anywhere. Heater Bodysuit, #1 in cold weather hunting gear. Raculator, score your trophy fast, easy, and accurate. Central Boiler, outdoor wood furnaces. Boyd's hardwood gun stocks, better with Boyd's. And by StealthCam, the leader in trail cam technology.
Last week on Canadian Whitetail, we had the pleasure of watching this buck grow up and turn into a great deer, and in 2021 Rochelle was headed into hunt, and on just day 4, she had her chance. And much to our surprise, she decided to pass and roll the dice to see if the deer would survive just one more year. He survived hunting season, we were able to get one of his sheds, and then in 2022 we knew right where to find him if he had survived the winter. He had survived and was tremendous, and Rochelle was headed back into hunt. Rochelle was seeing deer, seeing bucks, but just not the right one. However, with the whole season ahead of us, there was still plenty of hope.
This is number 3 for us. We're back in the blind again. Same spot. We've been seeing lots of deer, just not the target buck, so we'll keep plugging away at it until he makes a mistake, so.
A deer season in the simplest terms can sometimes boil down to just that. Who makes a mistake first, the deer or the hunter? What starts off as a good night on stand with deer moving early, including some of their regulars, quickly turns into very nervous deer. The wind was right, Rochelle's using her ozonics, and conditions were great, but something just seemed off. As the evening carries on, the deer continue to become more nervous. Even deer that were not by the blind, and this is where it's key to not make those mistakes. Steve and Rochelle did not know why the deer were becoming so nervous, but they knew that there was a decision to be made. Burning out the stand this early in the season is not an option.
Well, looks like we're cutting our evening short tonight. We, been looking and watching by the deer behavior. They keep coming towards us, and then all of a sudden they stop and they van off the other direction. So we're gonna get out of here and let it calm down for the rest of the night, and hopefully that will help us.
This segment is brought to you by AAE. Innovation and integrity is in our blood. Quality and dependability is in our products. This segment has been brought to you by the Raculator, the world's best electronic scoring device. Score any antlered or horned game and even sheds fast, easy, and accurate with the Raculator. Get yours today at raculator.com.
Alrighty, here we are. This is sit number 4, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's sit number 4. Anyways, it should be 5, but we took last night off. All in all, we just decided it'd probably be a really good night to give this spot a break and let everything settle down. So, the temperature had dropped by about 10 to 12 degrees today. It's really nice and cool. We've seen a lot of deer here in the sits that we've had. He so far has eluded us. So we're going to keep at it, and hopefully he makes an appearance. Tonight.
After giving the stand a short break, Steve and Rochelle are back, and so are some of the regular deer that have been making appearances. All in all, another fairly slow evening, and pulling the stealth cam card on the way in the next day shows the buck there just well after dark.
This is sit number 5. Again, we're going to enjoy our evening and watch the show. Here we go.
After a fairly uneventful evening, it isn't until last light when a buck makes an appearance, and we begin to wonder if the stand needs more of a break than just a day or two. The stealth cam is showing us what seems to be becoming a fairly regular pattern, with the buck Rochelle is after showing up well after dark on days that they're hunting, and in good light on days that they're not there.
Welcome to this week's Canadian Whitetail Scouting segment, Locate, learn, set up, hunt. Brought to you by Muddy Outdoors.
It's early September, the farmers are harvesting and the bucks are shedding velvet. There's big changes happening in a whitetail's life this time of year, and your target buck might have disappeared. If he has, there's two main reasons. First is that with harvest, food sources have changed now. This one gets tricky. That summer buck you watched has been kicked off his feed by a combine, and these bucks could just be a couple hundred yards from where they spend the fall, or a couple of miles and not be back at all. Hopefully you'll have past year's information to go off of to know if he'll be back or not. If you don't, you might have to go look for him. The second reason he might have disappeared is simply shedding velvet. We see it each year. Several bucks we watch, when they shed their velvet, there's a 3 to 8 day period where they're completely unreliable or gone altogether. If he's missing because he's shedding, it's no call to panic. He'll settle back into routine like he never left. When a summer velvet buck we're watching disappears, we give it a week to 10 days. If he reappears to his old pattern, now hardhorn, we carry on. If he does not return or remains sporadic and unreliable, that's when we have to get back to work, make a change, and get into a better position to be successful.
This week's Canadian Whitetail Scouting segment has been brought to you by Muddy Outdoors. Create your own muddy moment. This segment of Canadian Whitetail is brought to you by onX Hunt, the most trusted GPS mapping app. Download the onX Hunt app today. Know where you stand with onX Hunt.
It's September 19th today. Last time we got to sit in this blind, it was September 9th, so that was 10 long days ago. We've been keeping an eye on the camera. He's now in hardhorn, and he still looks pretty juicy, so hopefully we have good luck tonight.
Yes.
Yes? I agree. Sure like to get to look at him anyways.
Yes.
Staying out of the stand is tough, and you never really know if it's necessary. The stand was slowing down, and the Big Five wasn't showing up in daylight when Steve and Rochelle were there, which could mean nothing. It could just mean it hasn't happened yet, but it also could mean that the buck had caught them. Or maybe they bumped him out of his bed one day while walking in, or he watched them walk out at dark one day. Sometimes there's just no way to know. Sometimes being patient and backing off may be the hard, but also the safe decision. Tonight, after a long break, the deer are starting to move well as some rain starts to set in. It's sometimes when it's least expected that things happen. And as the rain starts to set in and become heavier, Rochelle and Steve watch moving to the west. And there steps out the Big Five. Even more massive and impressive than expected, the dark-antlered brute is making his way fast. These are the kind of encounters, an encounter with an incredible deer like this, that are what makes every hour on stand instantly worth it, whether it took days or years. A year and 10 days since her last encounter with the buck in nearly the exact same spot, though this time she has no intentions of passing. After a perfectly placed arrow, the buck surprisingly heads out into the flats. The endurance and stamina can be incredible, and the buck is determined to make it to the far cover, though once there he wouldn't make it much further.
Oh my. Nice buck. A nice buck. And you drilled him.
This segment has been brought to you by Darton Archery. In the archery business for over 70 years, Darton is the world's leader in archery technology and innovation. To experience unmatched shootability, versatility, and reliability, visit your local dealer to shoot the new Darton. Canadian Whitetail is also brought to you by Pro Expedition Scents and Lures, because it works. Tacticam, share your hunt. OnX Hunt, know where you stand. Hawk, hunt from above or attack from the ground. Conquest Archery Accessories, and by AAE, quality and dependability in all our products. This segment of Canadian Whitetail has been brought to you by Boyd's Hardwood Gun Stocks, the world's largest manufacturer of aftermarket hardwood and laminate stocks. Boyd's offers stocks for over 1,200 firearm models, so you can make every gun better with Boyd's.
The Big Ten, an incredible sight for any deer hunter, and Rochelle was ready.
Nice buck. A nice buck. And you drilled him. Did you see how dark his horn was? Wasn't he gorgeous? Oh, awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I couldn't believe it. Like, I seen the fawn looking over that way, and then all of a sudden the doe turned and looked. And then I looked through the trees, and all of a sudden I seen a nice rack coming. And I got the camera ready, I wasn't sure. And then when I seen him over here, I went, oh, it's him. Well, for the first few years, he was a tremendous 4x4. And he grew into an awesome 5x5 this year. So, yeah. Well, anyways, yeah. Awesome. We got it done. Oh, sweet.
Here.
You found him? Hello.
Oh, look at him.
Oh my. Oh my.
Look at him. Look at him.
Whoa, look at the mass on that deer. Oh, it was so cool when we were sitting there and it was just pouring rain, and then and all of a sudden I seen a buck coming, and I said to you, a buck coming.
Snuck in on me because I was too busy watching the other two.
Yeah, and so I turned the Tacticam on and the camera on, and all of a sudden, as soon as he stepped into my view, I just went, whoa, Roach, that's him. Here he comes.
He is awesome.
And you couldn't mistake them chocolate dark horns. Like,
no.
That was.
Like the mass on him is.
The mass is crazy. I can't believe it.
He's cool. He's got one little.
Oh, drop tine.
Starting, yeah.
Nice. He just strolled right in. And I couldn't.
Perfect.
Yeah, he just strolled right in, and then it was crazy how he heard that little, even in the rain, he heard that little click of you turning the crossbow off onto fire, and he lifted his head and looked, and then, well, of course, you drilled him.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you drilled him.
I feel a little bit left out. And it always hurts my feelings a little bit when they kill a great big one and I wasn't there, but we got a couple young kids that are pretty busy, and it's a good testament what good buddies like Steve will do. So I had one at hockey tonight. Rochelle still wanted to hunt, and Stevie said, let's go. But a year and 10 days ago, I think it was September 5th or 6th or something like that, she passed this deer up, and he was big.
Yeah.
A lot of people were kind of questioning her for passing him up last year, and he could have not made it. He could have got shot this year by somebody else, but every now and then it works out, and boy, it worked out for her tonight, didn't it?
And we said that if he makes her, he's going to be a stunning deer. And wow, this year he's a cranker.
He's awesome this year.
This isn't the way the story always ends. It's often not. Passing a big deer like that is risky. The odds are stacked against them. However, just watching them grow and mature is enjoyable enough on its own. And every now and then, one makes it. And when that deer that you gambled on in the past steps out, that moment, that feeling, that rush makes all the patience, worry, and unknown instantly worth it. Congratulations, Rochelle, on one incredible deer. And thank you for watching this week's episode of Canadian Whitetail.
This segment is brought to you by Wild Edge, makers of the ultimate climbing system, the Step Ladder. Safely design your climb in any tree with the most versatile, lightweight, and compact climbing system, the Step Ladder. To book your own dream hunt in northern Saskatchewan, contact us at Canadian Whitetail Outfitters. Canadian Whitetail is also brought to you by these fine sponsors. Stay up to date with Dean and the team by following us on Instagram, liking us on Facebook, and subscribing to our YouTube channel. For Canadian Whitetail gear and apparel, information, and newsletters, visit CanadianWhitetailTV.com. For past episodes and never-seen content, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel or search for us wherever you stream.